On this week's show, the Peloton Tread Plus is back with a discount. Peloton's CMO is leaving for Verizon.
Plus, Peloton brings back all-for-one classes and a new weekly activity goal feature is rolling out, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 156 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm John Pruitt, joined as always by my co-host Amanda Siegel. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, John. How are you?
Good to see you. I got a little bit of a sore throat that I'm working through, so got to lay off the cigarettes.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta lay off the menthols.
Well, that's too bad. I know so many people are getting sick. I mean, Mark's been sick for 2.5 weeks, and I'm ready to kill him. So the coughing. Do you have a cough too, or is it just not much of a cough, but a lot of throat clearing. So that can get annoying. That sucks.
Popping the Zicam and the zinc tablets. So
right.
hopefully nip it in the bud.
Exactly, and get back to normal quick. Yeah. Otherwise, you had a good week and all good?
Good week. Yeah, had a good weekend. We went to Indianapolis last weekend for the Big Ten Championship. So we got to see Michigan win they played Iowa, which was actually kind of a boring game, but still was fun to go on a little road trip. So
nice. Good. All right. Well, we're down in Miami and it's a big weekend in Miami. They have Art Basel, which is like a big deal. So we are going to enjoy some of that and just gearing up for, things to slow down towards the end of the year. So got to celebrate the start of Hanukkah. So for all our Jewish listeners, a happy Hanukkah to you guys as we are in the midst of the 8 days celebration. And I kind of don't like it when they're not together with Christmas. I like it when it falls closer together. But obviously, Hanukkah is based on the Jewish calendar and not the regular one.
The Christian one.
The Christian one, the regular one. But happy Hanukkah to all of those that celebrate. All right, John, I think we're going to get right into it because we have lots to share with you this week. So, folks, as we get started with the news, we always like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand side of your screen and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
Yep. And of course, you can listen to us if you're on the go and you just want to hear the audio. We are on all we're on all podcast platforms. Just search Pelo Buddy TV. And please leave us those glowing reviews that we love to read on the show from time to time. Those 5-star reviews in particular. We do appreciate those. And we do appreciate the feedback that we receive on how we can improve and enhance the show. So please continue keeping those coming.
Of course. And yes, we're on Facebook, Instagram, X. Just search for Pelo Buddy, follow us so that you never miss any of the exciting latest news. And with that, we will get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
All right, so I'm kicking it off. After a hiatus of over 2.5 years, the Peloton Tread Plus is officially available for sale again in the United States. As of this past week, December the 6th, 2023, the Tread Plus can be pre-ordered via the Peloton website for $4,995, which includes a $1,000 introductory pricing discount from the previously communicated price of $5,995. This limited time offer is only going to be valid through January 9th of 2024, after which the price will increase to $5,995. So the first deliveries of the Tread Plus are not expected to begin until 2024. The price does include shipping, delivery, and setup. And Peloton are offering a 0% financing on all loan term lengths.
Nice.
So, I mean, folks, this is really an amazing deal to launch the Tread back onto the market. The price tag that's going to, happen in 2024 is hefty. So, what a Christmas present it is, I have to say. I mean, if I am so tempted now. When I saw that 1%, right? When I saw that $1,000 discount, I was tempted. I mean, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I'm just not doing it. But I will say, folks that are thinking about it, go for it. I think this is the time to do it because you're going to regret it in the new year when you suddenly have to pay, a whole $1,000 more.
And for anyone pulling the trigger, I highly, highly recommend you get that extended warranty as the additional 2 years for that peace of mind, because it's such an expensive piece of equipment. If you have to pay out of pocket, it's really, a whole new base can be pretty pricey. So definitely get that warranty on it.
100%, John. 100%. I'm glad you said that. Folks, just as a reminder, though, the all-access membership required with any hardware device is obviously, of course, a separate monthly cost. Peloton has said that the first approximate 10,000 Tread Plus devices, though, will be fulfilled by existing inventory. So, new but never sold units that were manufactured a few years ago that have kind of been sitting in storage. So it's kind of nice to get that $1,000, discount, but you are going to be getting correct. You are going to be getting a Tread that has kind of been sitting around for a few years. Once the initial orders are sold, deliveries may take slightly longer because then Peloton will have to work with manufacturers and their partners to build new Tread devices. So, it's something that you would want to kind of think about before you purchase. The only change, just again to reiterate, we've told you in the past, is that the Tread Plus, the new Tread Plus will have that rear guard now that it didn't have previously. Folks that have Tread Pluses at the moment are going to be contacted by Peloton to expect when they can receive and is scheduling an appointment to get those rear guards put on, should you desire. I don't think that it's mandatory, but if you would like that rear guard to be put on, they will arrange for somebody to come out and do that for you. So just some food for thought there. I mean, it is a nice discount. And I think, if I was purchasing it, I probably would just go for the discount. But I think John's 100% right. Get that discount, but get that 2-year extended warranty.
Especially on, the most premium of products of hardware that they have. The Tread Plus by far is the most expensive piece of hardware that they sell. I've had my base replaced. I had my screen replaced, 3 or 4 times. I had the little smart card replaced for my freezing issue. So God only knows what that would have added up to had I, because I was well out of the 1-year warranty and I had the additional, 2+ years added. So definitely it's worth it if you're on the fence. Now, I am definitely concerned about once they start being delivered. So, it's been several years since there were Tread Plus deliveries. And back then, we know that Peloton, they had their own in-house delivery team, service people. Since then, they've eliminated all of those positions and they've relied on third parties like JB Hunt, RXO, XPO now. And I know there's lots of challenges with those companies still. I still see lots of posts about people's Peloton treads. They have inoperable treads. The company just delivers it and leaves it there in pieces. So I'm if I were buying the Tread Plus, I would be a little concerned about that, especially the area that you live in, about these companies, because it's a 3-person job. So I have a feeling like a lot of them will be canceling appointments because they don't have the necessary amount of people to bring them in and set them up. And also the fact that who knows how well trained they are on putting these together.
Yeah.
So I feel like once these start getting delivered, keep an eye out on a lot of the Facebook pages and the official Peloton member page, for things like this with these delivery teams. But hopefully they properly train them on putting them together ahead of time, and they're not just winging it when they arrive at your house or your apartment to put it together for the first time. So.
Yeah, would definitely be in Peloton's interest. I mean, that's a good point. And it would be in Peloton's interest, since they are kind of relaunching this, for them to make sure that it is being done, appropriately. Because yes, I have seen the same messages of people just saying that they are so frustrated not working. And one of the fun things I must say about getting delivery of my equipment was having people that came in that knew what they were doing, that was excited about, setting it up for me, making sure that everything was, up and running. So I hope that it's not as short-sighted, on Peloton's part by having third party coming in to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell.
All right. Yeah.
Well, we have some holiday sales. Peloton has launched holiday deals, which is just limited time offers on all the hardware devices. It's basically everything is on sale, but just they're not as lucrative and good as the Black Friday deals. So on the deals page of the Peloton website, which we have linked on pelobuddy.com, it's been updated with new offers that are available basically through the end of this month to December 26th. And Peloton also sent an email to customers alerting them of the opportunity. But they just began this past week on December 6th, the day after Peloton's 2023 Black Friday and Cyber Monday extended offer expired on the 5th. And these new holiday deals, like I said, they're slightly less than the discount from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but there's still a overall substantial discount off of Peloton's standard pricing. So you can receive up to $500 off hardware purchases, depending on the device and accessory package. There's also some discounts on the base package itself without any accessories added. So, for example, customers in the US, you can get $500 off the Bike Plus packages, up to $400 off the original bike packages, and up to $300 off the original tread packages, $250 off the row packages, and $300 off the guide packages. So still plenty of opportunities if you missed out on Black Friday or the Cyber Monday deals. You can still get a pretty solid discount.
Nice. Yeah. Did you purchase anything over the holidays? Did you get anything?
Nothing. I didn't even get any apparel.
Oh, right. Yeah. Neither did I. Whatever was on sale, I kind of had. It was more irritating than anything else, knowing that I paid full price.
I pretty much have all the Dream Blend stuff. I have this one piece of apparel, and it's a long sleeve shirt with a hood attached that I really love. And I've been kind of just waiting for them to release something similar like that. A long sleeve shirt I kind of like the hoodie on the long sleeve shirt. That's kind of been my what I wear around the house, like my casual housewear. So I've been kind of I got one code left, so I'm just hanging on to it in the meantime.
And seeing what you're going to get.
I did get Jackie, for her birthday, I got Jackie a spiritual gangster set from Kendall's line, it's not Peloton branded, but it's got, the lightning bolts on it. It's the matching bra top and leggings that are kind of in black with some orange lightning. So she really liked those.
Oh, nice.
Pricey.
Awesome.
Pricey.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Very.
No codes for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess I've got the next story as well. So after less than 1 year at Peloton, their chief marketing officer, CMO, Leslie Berland, is leaving the company. It was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Verizon Communications has hired her away as their new chief marketing officer. They stated in a little statement, Verizon Communications has hired Peloton Interactive marketing head Leslie Berland as its new chief marketing officer. She joined Peloton fitness equipment maker Peloton in January following her exit from Twitter shortly after Elon Musk acquired the company in 2022. And she will be joining the company on January 9th of next year. So it's currently kind of unclear if she's already transitioned from the company or kind of when her actual departure from Peloton will be. But the Wall Street Journal continued to provide a little more context about her time at Peloton. Instead, during her short tenure at Peloton, Berland tried to reposition the brand as more than a stationary bike maker by promoting the different types of workouts the company offers on its app. Its latest ad effort, which began in May, featured people of all ages, sizes, and fitness levels using the app to participate in many of the different activities that the company now offers, from running to rowing to weightlifting to yoga. The effort was a shift from Peloton's previous positioning as a high-end stationary bike company. This is a pretty, quick departure in terms of her time. She first joined Peloton just in January of this year, replacing Peloton's longtime CMO, Derek Tressiter, who left in 2022. Peloton CEO Barry McCarthy, he added in a statement, "I want to thank Leslie for her tremendous contributions to Peloton. In her short period of time, she revitalized our brand, broadened our reach and relevance, and enhanced our team culture. We are grateful for her contributions and wish her all the best." So, this is one of a few sort of C-suite changes for Peloton this year. In upper management.
I was disappointed. I think she'd done a great job. I mean, I did like, the ad campaigns she'd done and what she had done. It was definitely a very short stint on her part. So I was disappointed to see. Yeah,
back in September, Peloton had hired a new CPO, Chief Product Officer, and the remaining Peloton co-founder stepped down. Aside from that, though, it's been a quieter year overall in terms of, the leadership in the company. But more power to her. It seems obviously like a worthwhile, smart move.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot of the comments on the Pelo Buddy post were interesting.
I didn't actually read them. I haven't read them yet. I got to make sure I do that.
Yeah,
right, interesting.
I like the comment. I like the comment from someone that said, "Go chase that bag."
All right. Well, we're going to move on. And this is something that I've wanted for some time. So I am so thrilled that Peloton has now split warm-up and cool-down classes into two different filters. So last week, the warm-up cool-down filter on the platform experienced an issue. When users applied the filter, they only saw warm-up classes, and it appeared as though the cool-down classes had disappeared. This led to confusion amongst users and making it seem like Peloton had purged all the cool-down classes. So folks were definitely panicking a little bit as to where they had all gone. But the issues observed were obviously a result of this transition. Peloton has also introduced a new feature in its app called Goals. So this allows users to set and track weekly activity goals. It appears the feature to be is a kind of a slow rollout or beta test phase. Not all members do have access to it at this time. But the key aspect of goals, of the goals feature, includes goal types. So users can set goals based on 3 different metrics. So active days, aiming to work out a certain number of days in the week. Time, targeting a specific number of minutes or hours of activity in the week, and then workouts, completing a set number of activities, regardless of the days they are done. Members can set up multiple goals by setting the goals for each type simultaneously, working towards an active days goal, time goal, and workouts goal, all within that same week. The goal tab displays the user's progress towards these goals. So once a goal is completed, there's a little check mark that's added next to it. So you kind of know that you've completed all of your 3 goals that you set. Currently, the weekly activity goal feature has been reported only to be on the Peloton iOS app. So those that have Android don't have it yet. I did notice it kind of just randomly going in there, and it's something that I like to trek anyway. So for me, it was a big deal that it had popped up there, and I was quite excited about it. Previously, we know that Peloton, allowed users to kind of track their goals in a more subtle way, such as the year-long time goal, in the annual challenge.
The minutes.
And tracking daily and weekly streaks as well. So folks could get up to their 20,000 minutes, and, so many people surpass that anyway. But I think this is a more immediate gratification that,
more personalized.
Each week. And that each week, you can kind of meet those specific goals. So
which is good because it depends on the week and your schedule and what you got going on. And
Exactly. You can go in and change it, but it does. I think it just gives folks that motivation to kind of stay engaged with the platform, and the classes. We all like to get our little blue dot. So this is just another way of being able to keep some regularity in what you're doing, which I kind of like.
I like that Chris Lewis used your profile in the article right up as
I know he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me either. I would have upped it. I would have made out like I was working working out way more than what it showed on there.
And your 2,415 followers on the platform.
Is that what I just showed it all on there? And you took note of that, didn't you? I'm very selective as to who I follow.
Yeah, I know. You only follow 967.
You know what? I want to follow people that I know, and I hate.
I hear
I hate like going on because I'll often when I work out, I will typically go to members. I will filter by members that I follow when I'm in a workout. So
I always go by that in the tags and my tags.
Yeah. So I like that. All right, calling me out there, Pruitt. Thanks.
You got some catching up to do with how many followers I have, but that's okay.
It's okay. I'm very happy to be in your shadow. I will never quite get to. I know Mark said to me the other day. He said to me the other day, he goes, "Geez, look how many followers Pruitt has." He's like, "What does he do?" I said, "I don't have the time or the energy to do memes. I'm very happy with what I have. I want followers that enjoy what I put out there, and if they don't like it, goodbye." And that's how it is. So
to each his own.
You keep
All
going.
Right. Well, we have a very small but useful update to the Peloton guide in the recent weeks. So moving forward, when repeating a specific class that you've already taken, members can compare key statistics across multiple workouts. So this only applies to classes that have that movement tracker feature that you use with the Peloton guide. So the comparison, it can be done both in real time as you're in a class, as it's progressing, or as well afterwards in the app when you can see it. So when you're taking the class, members may see a second set of numbers at the bottom of the screen, and the statistics show the previous weight selection, rep count, and volume for the last time the workout was taken. And all are shown under what the values are for the current class that you're taking. So once you complete it, the Peloton app has been updated as well to allow more comparison between those repeated classes, specifically the numbers of reps, as well as the weight selections. So members will see the specific exercise from the class and below it, the rep count and weight volume based on the weight selection for that specific set. So it includes like today's workout as well as previous times you took it. There's also a compare stats setting that can be toggled on or off. So if you don't want to see that, if you don't want that extra information sort of just on the bottom of the screen, you have that option to disable it or enable it. But the new feature will allow guide users to more easily track their progress from the last time they took a specific class. So this will be especially useful for classes that are designed to be taken again and repeated, such as classes within a program or that contain like a benchmark test.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
And then we have some Move as One classes to talk about here. They are similar to the old style All for One classes that folks may be familiar with. These were recorded during Peloton on tour in London. So Peloton's released this special new set of classes called Move as One in celebration of that final tour stop in London. There's a strength, a walk plus run, and a ride, each featuring numerous instructors. Peloton shared that these classes were on the way via the Peloton Studios Instagram stories. They said, celebrate our final Peloton on tour stop in London and feel the power of our global community in new Move as One classes. Each one will be taught by multiple instructors moving together with you. So there's 3 new 30-minute classes now available in the on-demand library. The first is a 30-minute Move as One strength class that features Emma Lovewell, Jermaine Johnson, Olivia, and Robin. The next one is a 30-minute Move as One walk plus run that has Alex Toussaint, Bex Gentry, Jocelyn Thompson-Rule, Olivia, Robin, and Susie Chan. And then there is a 30-minute Move as One ride that has Allie, Alex, Bradley Rose, Emma Lovewell, Hannah Frankson, and Robin Arzon in that as well. So like I said, they're all kind of similar to the old style all-for-one classes when the instructor roster wasn't as massive, and they could do these classes where, multiple instructors would sort of jump in. One would unclip, the other one they'd sort of switch out. They'd have 2 bikes up there on the stage for them. So there's 2 instructors teaching at a time in these. So typically one is a UK-based instructor alongside a US-based instructor, although in some of the classes, there were some exceptions to that rotation. So all of the classes do have in-person members for them, with the exception of the strength class, because it's the PSL Strength Studio. It's not currently set up to accommodate members in that space. But Jackie, I think, took the ride and said it was a lot of fun.
I took the tread class, and I thought
maybe
it was
the tread one. Yeah, she's the one. I want to say it was the ride that she took, but she might have taken the walk plus run.
Yeah. No, the walk plus run was great. I was disappointed because my boy wasn't on there. He was actually off. He was on. Yeah. So John was not featured. And actually, I don't think Jermaine was either, now that I'm thinking about it. Jermaine wasn't on there either. No, I just thought about it. Yeah.
Alex was the only guy that was on the walk plus run tread class.
Correct.
The rest were all female
the rest
instructors.
Were all the female instructors. But it was a ton of fun. And they kind of each did a song, and then they moved on to the next, and it was, so somebody was there for 2 songs kind of thing. Pass the baton over to one another, but a ton of fun, and loved seeing them do it. I thought they did a great job. I thought it came out really, really well. So I was happy to see that. It was just a different way of, doing a class, but a ton of fun. Well, talking about Peloton on Tour, which they did this at, it did take place this last weekend, and it was, in fact, the last one for the year. It seemed to have been a wonderful success for all those that attended. Just to kind of recap, it kicked off on Thursday with the Peloton instructor experience, which mirrored what had been done at the other locations. So it was pretty much the same thing. Folks had their half an hour time slot, came in and out, got to do their intention setting, their meet and greets, etc. with the instructors. I don't believe that all the instructors were there. I can't tell you who was, but it was my understanding that there were some instructors that were not at the Thursday event. Thursday night, they held the studio's lighting ceremony where Bradley, Rose, and Leanne sang carols, and they lit up the Peloton P at PSL. So it was more kind of like a mingling of folks who could dress up and get to see kind of the studio being lit up on Thursday evening. On Friday, members could attend the Peloton Winter Games, which gave members an opportunity to join instructors in a team effort of charades. The instructors also had a gingerbread housemaking competition, which from some of the social media stuff that went out looked like so much fun, and of course very competitive, because we only expect our instructors to be very competitive. Friday afternoon, they also did a panel with Robin Arzon and Jermaine Johnson. It was titled Welcome Hustler, a self-empowerment panel, which folks could sign up and get. JJ was the moderator, and Robin was the guest that was on the panel. And then Friday night wrapped up the Leaderboard Awards. So they did the Leaderboard Awards on the Friday night in London. It was a pretty intimate, intimate crowd. Our very own, very special Greg Dawson. Picked Peloton, but Greg name. Dawson, Dawson's his last name. Greg, got a very special award. So they called it a 5+1, and Greg was actually awarded his award through the instructors. So Hannah Frankson said that she needed to see Greg walk away with an award and presented him, with the actual instructor award as far as, all the instructors go. And he is just such a force at the studio, both in London and in New York. He gets
around between both of those.
He gets around, he's
with his
a flight attendant.
Route. Yeah. He plans that nicely.
Exactly.
But very well deserved. I was really glad to see when I saw that. When I saw him post.
Me too. And some of the award winners were truly just amazing. They had the Roses Rebels admin Sarah, Octavia, and I forget her last name, was the kind of social media award winner. And there was, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Armando. I can't think of his actual leaderboard name, but his mum was one who had just finished the New York City Marathon. And, I think she's in her 70s. And she won an award. There was a comeback award. So it was just really nice to see, folks being acknowledged. And it seemed like a really special evening. And then on Saturday, they did this wrap-up party, which was just a fun, festive party to wrap up, and was really kind of the grand finale, of the tour, which was really special. I do want to add, though, that Greg had we actually wanted to get Greg on the show so that he could give us a rundown, because he went to a lot of the events. But unfortunately, he wasn't available at time of recording. But I do want to say what he had.
Do you have a prepared statement from Greg?
I do. I have a prepared statement from Greg Pick Peloton, which says, the members thought that it was truly the best 3 days of pure love, fun, and Peloton spirit. So it was really nice to get that from Greg, and we were happy to have gotten that. As you mentioned, they did do the Movers One classes. They also had classes with American instructors. So the US instructors were also there doing classes throughout the weekend.
I ended up doing, I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, Alex's. I never get to run with him because he only teaches 1 day a week on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And he was teaching, he taught a 30-minute club bangers
it was Thursday.
Run. I think it was at 1 p.m. because we recorded that morning. So I got to do that. And I didn't even actually realize it was in London until I joined the pre-show, and it's at Peloton Studios London.
Just London.
And it was great. People,
it was awesome.
And it was funny because he kept screwing up and saying like, welcome to my club bangers ride and congrats on 200 rides. He kept mixing that up.
It was
with
a
runs.
run.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I haven't done it, but I know that he did it. Bex took over John's Club Husky Thursday night spot, which was so much fun. And Brittany Allen had made the most adorable outfit for her with a Club Husky and a picture of John on her chest in a bra top, which was tons of fun to see. And she ran around around the studio as only John does in his pre-show for his Thursday night classes. So that was really fun to have Bex in studio for John. Emma did a class, Ali Love did a class, I believe Olivia did a class. So it was really fun. And I think Robin did too. Yep, Robin did a ride as well.
Nice to see that they all got their work visas, straightened out so they could
be able
teach
to
over
do
there.
it. Yeah. And then, of course, as you said, there was the strength workout for the Movers One, which was fun to go ahead and see. So yeah, that was definitely a fun wrap up for Peloton on Tour 2023. So looking forward to see what 2024 holds for everybody.
Now, I'm curious, was the London Peloton on Tour stop, was this a crazy hard ticket? Like a lot of the stops in the U.S.?
No, it wasn't. And there were still things that were actually available right before, which I know.
You UK members, don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted. I mean, there were certainly things that had sold out, but I think that for the most part, you could get into a couple things, and people were selling tickets at the last minute as well, or giving up tickets so couldn't attend. And there were train strikes. People were frustrated because there were train strikes. So that's a big thing in the UK is, folks who are traveling in. But a nice way for them to end up. All right, and then switching gears completely, which is just amazing. Peloton has released a new special class to honor the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It's observed on December the 3rd, and they had a 20-minute ride with Bradley Rose, which is now available on demand. It's in the library. For folks that aren't aware, International Day of Persons with Disabilities has been celebrated globally since 1992. The United Nations describes the day as an opportunity to promote understanding of disability issues and to support the dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities. It also aims to raise awareness of the benefits of integrating persons with disabilities into all aspects of life. Bradley, as we know, is a stroke survivor, which clearly, is some form of disability in the long run for his own health. He spoke openly in the class about his experience and his recovery from the stroke. He shares information about recognizing the signs of a stroke as well. And I think it was just a wonderful opportunity, for him to be quite vocal about something he has been very open about, within his Peloton journey. So that was really nice to see.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Peloton has launched a brand new 1-week strength program titled Seated Adaptive Transfer Program, which is led by Logan Aldridge. Logan described this new program as teaching the floor to chair transfer, focuses on developing the strength, mobility, coordination, and technique to safely transfer and the workouts necessary to help you get there, all in a 7-day program. So in class, they describe 3 different types of seated athletes who the program is for. This includes spinal cord injury, complete, SCI, complete paralysis of lower extremities, spinal cord injury incomplete, which includes paralysis of lower extremities, but possibly some cord functions and stability. And then the third is a seated athlete with hip function. So they might live in a seated position, but can utilize native anatomy and hinge movement patterns. So in a first for Peloton, the program also features Tom Miazga, the first time someone who isn't a full-time instructor has been featured in a Peloton training program. In the past, Peloton has had guest instructors, like guest cycling instructors like Christian Van Velde and George Hincapie, I can think of off the top of my head. In addition, Kira Michelle is joining Logan as well to lead a breathing meditation as part of the program too. So in another unique part of this program, one of the main classes, which is a 20-minute seated adaptive How to Transfer class is available in the main part of the on-demand library, while the rest of the classes are still locked behind the program. So if you're not familiar with Tom Miazga, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, he competed in the 2008 Paralympic Games as a swimmer and later started competing in CrossFit, where he is now the 6-time fittest seated on Earth. Logan has also competed in CrossFit before coming to Peloton, where he earned the title fittest one-armed man on Earth. And in the intro to the program, Tom and Logan mentioned how everything is connected through the classes, all designed around how to transfer in and out of a wheelchair. It includes a full transfer workout class, a meditation, and classes to get you stronger along the way. This is Logan's 3rd adaptive strength training program on Peloton. You can also find his standing adaptive training program, as well as his seated adaptive strength training program on the platform, which were both released last year.
Nice. Very nice.
And we got some artist series coming up, thanks to updates to the booking class calendar. That kind of lets the cat out of the bag sometimes for us to see ahead of time before they're announced, these upcoming artist series. So we've got Run DMC and Kelly Clarkson on the way. These will take place, the Run DMC one, and this is just based on what's in the calendar booking class for the studio. There's obviously going to be more classes that are pre-recorded for on-demand drops or possibly premieres, as well as maybe some live ones that don't have studio members in them that obviously wouldn't be listed on the studio booking site. But so far on December 14th, we're going to have some Run DMC classes, a Kelly Clarkson class on December 21st. The 30-minute Run DMC run will be with Jermaine on December 14th. That's going to be at 2:30 Eastern time. There's going to be a 30-minute Run DMC ride with Dennis on the 14th as well in the 7 p.m. evening time slot. And then the Kelly Clarkson content, Callie is going to be teaching a 30-minute Kelly Clarkson glutes and legs on December 21st. That'll have members in the studio at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Cody has got a 30-minute Kelly Clarkson ride on the 21st as well in the 7 p.m. evening slot. And then at the same time, Robin Arzana is going to be teaching a 30-minute Kelly Clarkson run also at 7 p.m. And then, and then we've got some, I know Cody is a big Kelly Clarkson fan, so that should be a good one. And then also for our Jewish members, we have some Hanukkah. I should have given you this one, Amanda.
I know. I was surprised you didn't.
Yeah.
But go for it. I love you sharing it. Go for it.
So we have 4 special Hanukkah classes this year with Anna, Bradley, Jen Sherman, and Robin Arzan. So the first one has just premiered by the time this episode comes out. The 20-minute Hanukkah ride with Jen Sherman, that premiered on December 7th. We have a 10-minute Hanukkah arms and lights weights with Bradley that also dropped on the 7th as well. A 20-minute Hanukkah restorative yoga with Anna Greenberg that released. They're all pre-recorded. None of them were live. With Anna, that released on 12/8. And then a 20-minute Hanukkah run with Robin Arzan that also came out on, I think, the 8th, December 8th or 7th as well.
And I had popped that in before we recorded. You must have missed it. But there is actually also a 10-minute meditation with Anna. Anna's doing a meditation as well. So she that popped up. I hadn't seen that before.
Well, when Jen Sherman shared in her stories a few days ago about her Hanukkah ride, I kidded her and I said, "You better be playing the Adam Sandler Hanukkah song in your ride."
There aren't many Hanukkah songs.
I know.
There aren't many. Matatyahu has one. The Maccabees, the Maccabees have one. Adam Sandler obviously has one. So I'm curious to see what songs are going to be played in these classes. But they should be fun, and I'm glad they're being acknowledged.
Be hitting any PRs, but it'll be a good time.
No, they're not. They're just going to be fun. Exactly, they're going to be fun. fun. And it's just nice to see that being celebrated, which was great. Which brings me to, this is Bradley Rose's second Hanukkah class that he's doing. He did a ride last year. So I think there's rumor that one of his parents may have been Jewish. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, that I just found out.
I was wondering what the connection is to.
Yeah. Because clearly Robin's her husband is Jewish. And I know that they... Oh, you didn't know Drew? Yeah, Drew is Jewish, and they celebrate, they celebrate both. So she will hopefully be celebrating these next 8 days. The first night started on Thursday. So Thursday the 7th was the first night of Hanukkah, and it goes on for 8 days. Well, Cody has been very busy because not only is he Kelly Clarkson's Artist Series ride, but he's also coming back with his XOXO Holiday Season Edition. And that is just in time for the holidays. It took place also this past Friday on the 8th at 5:30 p.m. So for those folks that love XOXO, you can get to do that class. It is now on demand.
So wait, it happened live on
Friday at 5:30
8th.
On the 8th, yeah. So I guess you had Kelly on Thursday and XOXO on Friday.
Well, I hope he got some good. He fielded some good questions. I
apologize. And I apologize. Kelly's not till the 21st. I'm getting mixed up with DMC. I'm getting mixed up. Anyway, Kelly's on the 21st. Never mind. Go ahead.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully he got some. I submitted a question to him when he was asking for. Yeah, it's been a while since he's taken one of mine, but we'll see. Well, we have some special 2-for-1 classes coming up next week, both on the evening of December 11th. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, we got a 30-minute, I'm excited for this one, 30-minute hip-hop tour ride with Alex and Tunde. And then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time that night, a 30-minute hip-hop tour East Coast run with Adrian and Jess Sims. So that should be a lot of fun. Definitely, I love the hip-hop theme there with East Coast, West Coast.
Very cool. Very cool. And Jess has been very busy because she's just released a new 10-minute core strength class with her hollow hold interruptions. The class dropped, I think it was November the 29th. It was a 10 a.m. Eastern time drop. And it's similar to a previous one that she had that had been lost in the Purge. So members were definitely very excited to have this class back on a schedule. So if you're looking for that, it dropped on the 29th.
Well, we have a new split programs with Assal and Cliff Dwanger. So Peloton's continuing to grow their 1-week split strength training with the addition of these 2 new programs. On December 5th, they're both in German. So Assal Arian has a beginner 5-day program and Cliff Dwanger has an intermediate 3-day program. So Assal, her brand new 5-day beginner split strength training program, it's designed to be repeated and retaken over time to track your progress. And unlike some of the recent German editions, this is a native language German program and classes. And moving on, while we're on the strength topic, there was a previous bug reported that had been ongoing for a little while with the strength challenge. If you had opted into that strength challenge, it apparently was recording any workout in any modality. So basically you'd earn a badge for, it would count towards if you were doing walks or runs or rides. So it wasn't tracking correctly at all. Even if you hadn't actually completed that number of strength workouts, it was still awarding the badge for it, but it has now been fixed in case anyone was curious and had noticed. And then we also have a holiday flash challenge now. So it's 'Tis the Season to Shine. It's labeled as Unwrap a Festive Badge when you take 3, 5, or 10 holiday classes during the month of December. You can sign up and opt into the challenge via the Peloton website, through your hardware devices, or from the app. It's already underway from December 1st, runs through the entire month to the end of December 31st. There's 3 different badges available: bronze for completing 3 holiday classes, silver for doing 5 holiday classes, and a gold for doing 10 or more holiday classes. And one thing to note, this doesn't have to be 2023 holiday classes. If you do a previous one from any that are still available in the library, they will count towards that badge that you're going for.
Yeah, that's really fun. And I actually did grab a couple from last. I actually did a Ben holiday class from last year, a strength class that I was looking for. I was looking for a shorter class, and it was nice. All right, good. Well, it's our weekly Purge update. And of course, John had me do it. Peloton has continued its weekly class library maintenance, removing classes this past week filmed between September the 29th and October the 2nd of 2020. These were purged on the 1st of December. The removal resulted in approximately 80 classes being taken out of the Peloton library. However, as in previous purges, certain classes were spared, which included Power Zone classes, Jennifer Lopez's Artist Series, the LHM Celebration classes, and Jess King's Premier Run. So that was when Jess had become a tread instructor. I didn't realize it was only 2020 when she joined the tread team. Additionally, an unusually higher number of other classes were saved in this round. Some of these are longer classes, which Peloton has been known to save occasionally because there aren't that many. There is also a group of classes from Irene Schultz, possibly related to the recent announcement of her return to Peloton. So that makes sense for them to have kept those classes on the on the schedule, on the on-demand library.
All right. So what's the date that we're up to now that they're currently purging?
We are up to
December
October,
2020?
No. October 2020.
Of 2020. Okay.
Yeah. So it was, I believe it was, give me a minute. I can just double check for you. You should have been paying attention when I was talking. September 29th to October the 1st.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. All right, we got some apparel sales. So Peloton Apparel has announced a 5-day Winter Wonderland sale on its Instagram account starting December 4th and running until December 8th. So it'll be over by the time this episode comes out.
Yes.
But the messaging encourages members to keep up to date on the sales by following the Peloton Apparel Insta page, as well as signing up for text messaging because, as we know, sometimes they get extended. So you could still take advantage if you thought you might have missed out. The marketing teases that members will enjoy access to special seasonal arrivals, can't miss one-day promotions and amazing savings, curated to hype you up for the holidays. So the first day of the Winter Wonderland surprise was revealed last Monday, the 4th, which offered members the chance to get 30% off purchases of $200 or more. And each of the promotions will be one day only. So this discount, it was only valid for that Monday or while supplies lasted. And then in addition, Peloton has also released this Luxe Holiday Capsule last Monday as well. There's currently 17 items listed in the Luxe Holiday Capsule collection. There's 3 for men, there's 11 for women, there's one unisex item and 2 accessories. But some of the items are Peloton branded and some are from the Luxe brand Varley. So Peloton released a few items before from Varley, but added more recently to that collaboration. For example, a jumpsuit and a matching sweatshirt.
Nice. All right. And Tunde celebrated her birthday this past Tuesday, December the 5th. So very happy birthday to Tunde.
What did she say? She was 38?
She is 38 or 39? 38 maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, she said what
she's in
what
her,
it was,
in her
38
later,
or 39.
her later 30s. All right, John, we're going to go right into Instructor in the News, and I will kick it off with our good friend Maddie Majacomo. I guess Maddie was just a little embarrassed, and yet he did share on his social media that he is Waze's gingerbread man. So if any of you use Waze to move around town and try and find your way from place to place, you can opt to have the voice changed of the person that's announcing where you are going. And
you can
one
do like
of
a
the
British
options,
female voice.
Exactly. Well, one of the options is our very own Maddie Majacomo. And Maddie was quite funny. He said, whilst I am not a very good driver, since he's lived in New York for the last 20 years and hasn't needed to drive, he says, I'm quite good about giving directions. So if anybody is interested, you can certainly go ahead and get to hear Matty over the Christmas holidays, giving you directions of where you need to go, adding in his funny little comments.
This is the spicy gingerbread.
That's him.
Voice
very
option.
Spicy. Very
I'm
spicy.
Curious. I haven't listened. I never use Waze anymore, but I'm curious if it's like the really heavy Rhode Island accent.
No, it's cute.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
I
made myself use it. I've made myself use it so I could get to hear him. I said to him, I messaged him, I go, Maddie, I'm in Miami. I'm not going anywhere. I said, I don't know where to drive so that I could hear you what you want to say, where you're going. He just said,
it's kind of random.
Just said it's
how does he get partnered up with Waze? And is it, do they pay him?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It took his time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's done. Like, how is it done? I don't know. It's obviously AI generated.
They probably have him go and like read a whole bunch of different things that then they use the voice to generate all the different types of directions and commands from that.
Yeah,
so they probably take some big voice sample from
it's
him
funny because I
something.
only use Waze because I'm a very fast driver and it tells you where the cops are.
The cops are, yeah.
So. Whereas Google Maps doesn't. So
you got to be careful on that Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's a lot of power.
How fast you're going. Right.
Well, shifting gears a little bit to Anna Greenberg. She's somewhat sidelined with a broken toe, which I can relate because I broke my toe once. There's not a whole lot of really do. There's no like little toe cast you can put on your foot or anything. But she had recently posted on Instagram. She said, I'm just hanging on my couch because I broke my toe. She said, yes, really not a big deal, just super annoying. Takes a while to heal. I'm totally fine. She said that to explain that the injury happened while she was chasing around her son at home. She ended up, I'm sure she ran into a couch or stubbed it or something.
Yeah.
But she'll need to be off her foot for a while. Oh, her dining room table.
Yeah.
So this is why some of her live classes have been recently canceled, which members have noticed, obviously, over the past few days when you get that notification. She does explain she'll be still teaching some content where it won't affect her foot, like meditations and potentially other content where she can modify and work through the healing process. But yeah, I remember I was working for like some moving company in 2000 and I dropped a table on it.
It's the worst.
And I mean, it wasn't a big, like I remember like going away that weekend to Cape Cod and I still went water skiing.
Okay.
So it's like I still, put my foot in the boot of the water ski. So
right. I guess though for yoga though, your feet is such a grounding aspect of what you're doing.
Specific pressure,
on your feet.
So that's a little different.
She needs to be careful. Anyway, we hope she heals quickly. All right. Well, this is exciting. The Peloton onto a London crew and some of the UK instructions, as well as, of course, our beloved Jeffrey McKeechan, who is the Beyonce king, attended the Beyonce Renaissance World premiere last weekend. They all dressed up and looked perfectly stunning as they walked the red carpet and hobnobbed with none other than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I saw some selfies. They took some selfies.
Person of the year. So it was funny because while none of them actually spoke to Taylor, they were pretty damn close. They were
There's
pretty
obviously some
damn
tears
close.
to that red carpet.
I know.
I guess the Peloton instructors were in the bottom rung.
Which I'm actually surprised, though. Since we've done collabs with Taylor and so much of it, I would have assumed that they would have had a meetup at least to get introduced to her or them, her to them. But Jeffrey did say that one of the things he did share on his socials was that they were unable to take pictures once they entered the theater, but they actually were up close and center with Beyonce, who was in the theater at the launch. So she was in there and she spoke to the crowd. So she spoke to whoever was there and introduced the movie and why she had done it. But they were asked to, put their phones away and that no pictures were taken, once they were, once she came into. And he said it was beyond a pinch me moment. But it was interesting. I heard something else, Hannah Frankson, people were questioning why she wasn't there. And she said she had another commitment and she said she was looking out for herself. She said she could have gone and it would have literally been to dress up and be on the red carpet and then have to leave. And she said it just wasn't, she thought that it was best not to kind of look after herself and not give herself that extra pressure of having to be there. The same with John. He was off and he goes, I'm sitting on my couch eating, chocolate digestive biscuits and my colleagues are all hobnobbing with Taylor Swift and Beyonce. But it was fun. I guess for the American instructors, it was really, timing couldn't have been more perfect. And it was right there in Leicester Square, right by Covent Garden. So just a fun, they all looked stunning, absolutely stunning. And I believe, and I'm going to get it wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure that they were all clothed by a designer. And I'm going to tell you who it is because they were all thanking this particular designer.
All the Peloton instructors wore the same designers.
They kind of wore this. Well, they wore these sparkly outfits, and it was by Nadine Marabi. So Nadine Marabi has a pretty awesome collection of very festive, sparkly clothing, and she has a pop-up that just went up in London at the moment, and most of them were wearing her clothing. So whether they were asked to wear it, etc., I know that was kind of cool. Just a fun opportunity for all of them.
I believe you didn't have the chance to see the Renaissance concert, right? You decided to forego to that concert, Amanda?
Are you like rubbing it in and pouring salt in the words?
You haven't seen the Eras concert
No,
either.
I have not. No, I have not. But for me, it was more important and you see, there it just shows. John got to stay at home for the premiere as well. While I got to see him instead of going to see her live in concert, he got to stay home, so he didn't feel.
I probably would have stayed home too for Beyonce. I would have stayed on the couch eating my ice cream, but if it was the Eras premiere, I might have been there.
Different. Yeah,
I thought it was fun that there was a picture of Taylor Swift is good friends with Blake Lively, so they posted a picture of Taylor sort of like laying on top of Blake Lively in this pose, and then Ryan Reynolds reshared that picture, but he photoshopped his face on Blake Lively's head, and then he photoshopped Travis Kelce's face onto Taylor. So that made the rounds on social media. I got a kick out of that.
She's made it official in her Time Person of the Year article about her and Travis. So it's very official now.
It's PR stunt, if you ask me.
All right,
anyhow,
we'll see.
All right, shifting over to
Talking about PR stunts, go for it.
So Robin Arzon was recently on the HuffPost podcast called Am I Doing It Wrong? To chat about making life-changing pivots. She recently joined the hosts Raj Punjabi and Noah Michelson to talk all about making, major big life changes that we know, Robin's shared about in the past in previous interviews, from, being in a hostage situation, being a corporate attorney, and then completely pivoting to fitness and to becoming, where she is now at Peloton. So check that out on HuffPost, their podcast. I didn't even know Huffington Post had a podcast.
No, neither did I actually, but apparently they do. And then wrapping up the instructor in the news, Jess Sims was featured in NewYorkTimes.com in an article titled How to Actually Work Out with Your Kids. So she says, do the moves together or turn it into a partner workout, suggested Jess Sims. You might hold a plank while your child does 5 jumping jacks and 5 squats. Then you switch alternating moves for 5 minutes. She suggests turning exercise into a game. Jess, who we know was a former elementary school teacher, so for those kind of thinking, why Jess Sims? She's not a mom.
Yeah, I think she was
a elementary school teacher.
Assistant principal, too.
Principal as well, yeah.
Yep.
She says she often uses listening games in her classes where members increase their speed when they hear certain words in a song. So with kids, she says, do jumping jacks to a song your child likes and choose a move you'll do when you hear a particular phrase. So for example, every time you hear Beyonce say, break my soul, you do a push-up or march in place together through the verses. Then do mountain climbers during the chorus. So it was kind of a cute article that was written kind of giving folks who have kids and trying to find time to work out, there are ways to be able to do it with your young children. And I thought that was really cool. It's really cool.
That's great.
All right. And then I guess we are going to go straight into picks of the week. And John, you kick it off.
Okay. So first up is Tobias Heinz's 30-minute Kiss Run, which was in German from November 30th. We got this from Bertha C. Runs MD. She said, the 100% dedication to the full makeup, leather vest, and black long tights was truly admirable. He always looks like he's having a blast, and his energy is infectious. And then Bex Gentry's 30-minute pop run, also from November 30th. E. Miller 26 gave us this one. They said, so fun and great music. Taught from Peloton Studios London, wearing her husky outfit. And then AT's 30-minute Club Bangers run, which was also from London on November 30th. Got this from Kim Carve 11. She said, great Club Bangers as always, and fun to see him teaching in London.
Awesome. And then Andy Spear had his 20-minute Kiss full body strength. That was also from the 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern. Ajar 3 and I Lover Maya both recommended this one. A lot of fun, and he really got into the theme. And then this one was mine. It was Ross Rayburn's 10-minute holiday full body stretch. I recommended it because I love to have new stretch classes. I'm finding that it really makes a difference. So for those of you that don't utilize those stretch classes, just do them. It's made such a difference incorporating that, those into your workouts. And this one was really fun with him, using holiday tunes. And then the next one was from me too, as well as Cami Ham. And this one is a must. It was Jeffrey McEachin's 30-minute World AIDS Day run. It was in English. And Jeffrey gets down and personal. He talks about his Uncle B, his father's brother Bernard, who had been infected with AIDS and lives out in the States, and how he shared when he came out and told his father that he was gay. One of the things that really frightened his dad was the thought, well, oh my goodness, my son's gay and therefore, has the potential of contracting AIDS, and just how it became, he could understand it. It was just a very important, workout for him, and he was honored to have been able to do it. He did do it with Phoebe Robinson, who is a spokesperson for RED, as well as Jeffrey being a spokesperson for RED. And the last thing that he shared, which is fantastic, is that he will also be running the Boston Marathon for RED in 2024. So wow. Phoebe and him are doing that together. So lots of little nuggets in there. I actually did it twice. I loved it so much. I ran it. I walked it initially, and then he did a swarm on the Saturday after, and I redid it as a run on the tread, and it was absolutely fantastic. So
did he initially do it live?
He did it live. It was a live, with members in studio. It was a members in studio. Actually, excuse me, it was live with members in studio, but it was a premiere. So
Gotcha.
he didn't actually, it wasn't, it was recorded earlier in the morning and then dropped later that day. But Phoebe was in the class as well as members. And actually Greg and my friend Jenna Mills, Scottish Jen NYC, were in the class and said it was incredible, the vibe and the feeling. And then there were folks from Red. And then for folks, we mentioned it last week in last week's show, but, Red is an organization in awareness of, AIDS and HIV and prevention and et cetera, and cure, et cetera.
That's great. All right. So switching over to the bike, Jess King's 30-minute techno ride from December 1st. Got this from Terry Maxter. She said, can't go wrong with Jess and techno. And then Mila Lazar's 15-minute groove ride in German, also from December 1st. Got that from Just Dance Lisa. She said, great music and choreography, as always, in these from Mila. And then Rebecca Kennedy's 45-minute full body strength from December 1st. S. McCoo, the Reserobi, Librarian Aaron and Timeout Tammy submitted this. They said the class was perfection and a great tie-in with their split strength program. It's great for people who like lifting heavy and want a longer rest periods.
Yeah, wow, 45 minutes, sure. All right, moving on, we have Emma Lovell's 30-minute 90s pop ride, also from December 1st, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. This one came from Karen Zemskerberry. Karen, I apologize. Zemskerberry. She always is amazing with giving recommendations and picks of the week, and I always butcher her leaderboard name. Karen said, fun playlist and vibes. And then Chelsea Jackson Roberts, she had a 30-minute holiday yoga flow. Earn that badge, people. December the 1st, Amajar 3 recommended this one, saying relaxing flow with a holiday twist. And Aditi Shah had a 30-minute new tracks yoga flow. This was from the 2nd, also from Amajar 3. Good mix of fun and good new music.
Next up, Camilla's 30-minute Iconos Latinos ride from December 2nd. I took this one. I always ride live with her on Wednesdays in her Spanish classes. That's my thing now. Kaylee Marie gave us this one. She said these classes were all about Latin culture, were amazing. Mariana's 30-minute Iconos Latinos yoga flow, which was in Spanish from December 2nd. We also got this from Kaylee Marie. She said another great Iconos Latinos class from Mariana. Bradley Rose's 20-minute Day of Persons with Disabilities ride from December 3rd. We got that from Amajar 3. She said Bradley was very inspiring in this. Everyone should give it a go.
Awesome. Olivia Amato, 30-minute EDM run. Great run from Olivia from London. And this one was a pick from S. Veldy. Then Leanne's 30-minute holiday ride from December the 3rd, 7 a.m. Erika Renee recommended this one. They said there's a dance to 12 days of Christmas during this ride. Need I say more? And folks, if you haven't done this ride, it is fantastic. Just fun. She looks gorgeous. And the 12 days of Christmas is worth it just for that. And then Ben Aldis's 30-minute EDM ride. It's also from December the 3rd. Stella the Diver recommended this one. Fantastic playlist and great atmosphere in the class as well.
All right. And next up is the 30-minute Move as One full body strength from December 3rd that features Jermaine, Emma, Robin, and Olivia. We got this from Kim Thousand. She said, great showcase of all the different coaches. And then next up, we have the 30-minute Move as One walk plus run from December 3rd. That features Susie, Jocelyn Thompson-Rule, Bex, Olivia, Alex Toussaint, and Robin. We got this from Carl Runner 4. He said, good mix of walking and running and getting a sample of all the different personalities. And then the 30-minute Move as One ride from December 3rd. That features Alex, Bradley, Hannah Frankson, Allie, Robin, and Emma. We got this from Mr. Fritz, Schnauzer, and Hans, and Armajar 3. They said it was a delight, fun to see coaches swapping in and out like they used to in the old All-for-One rides.
All right. And then we have Ali Love's 30-minute Tabata ride from December the 4th, 1 a.m. Eastern. It was also a PSL ride. This one came from Jamaica. Christina M. Romano. They said Euromix playlist with a mix of I Want to Die, but I'm killing it level of exertion. I like that.
It's very specific.
And and then Logan Aldridge's 5-minute seated adaptive warm-up. This was also from the 4th. This one came from Kevin 982. Logan's whole new program is great and fun to see him with a guest coach alongside. And then Katie Wong, 45-minute row boot camp. This one was from the 4th of December from 7:30 p.m. This one came to us from Bertha C. Runs MD, and he said, hard, intense. She also talks about how Closer by NIN is the Peloton instructor's multiple favorite song.
Do you know who NIN is?
I do not.
It's 9 Inch. Well, you shouldn't say NIN. You should say 9
Inch nails. 9 Inch nails. Now I do. It was like, what is NIN?
Say it like that.
Again, I guess Chris was shorthanding it since she had so much to do. All right.
Do the class picks stop coming? Not quite.
This is it. You're going to wrap it up. You're going to wrap it up.
45-minute Power Zone Endurance Classic Rock Ride from December 5th. Got this from 8675 Jenny. They said, great music, fun to have a great classic rock playlist during a Power Zone ride. Then Adrian's 30-minute row boot camp full body from December 6th. Got that from Bertha C. Runs MD. She said, short and sweet, but 5 sections, so fast-paced and intense. Hope he sees this and gets the word that we loved the shorter multiple sections in the row boot camps. His older ones are structured as only 3 longer sections. Gotcha. And then rounding out the picks of the week, this episode, Rad Lopez's 45-minute 2000s full body strength from December 6th. Julie MJ submitted this. She said playlist and planning were both on point in this one. And that does it.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you. Thank you for listening as always. Boy, we actually got that done pretty quickly. I'm impressed with us, John.
Yeah.
We didn't doodle
Danny
doodle too much. Yeah, we managed to get through all that news, and we do appreciate these picks of the weeks. I mean, John and I do eye roll a little bit when we see that the show is really long, that we have to include all of these. But you know what? We love it because it gives folks, an opportunity to get to know about instructors you wouldn't typically have worked out with or classes that you wouldn't have typically known about. So if you are still around at the end of the show, we thank you.
It's funny. It's fun how it's evolved because when I came on as the new co-host, I brought that. I thought it would be fun to share our personal picks of the week, and then it's now evolved to everyone that watches and listens.
Yeah, because I guess, we do tend to have our specific instructors, so it became boring because
so
you and I would, I would give my, a subset of instructors. So
people would obviously be rolling their eyes at, Hoskin and Leanne.
Exactly. I have spread my wings, though. I have spread my wings. And we spoke about Benny Adami that nobody knew about. We brought him onto the plan, out there. And Jeffrey.
A lot of the German team.
Yeah, Mila. Sure. So, yeah. All right, folks. Well, again, appreciate so much you taking the time to listen and get all your Peloton news for the week here. We love sharing it with you guys. And as John said, let us know if there's stuff you want to see, you don't want to see. I would have loved to have brought Greg on as a kind of a guest, host to talk about Peloton on tour. So those kind of things you'd like to see us do, let us know and we will make it happen. We do try. We don't want the show to be excessively long, and typically when we have a third person on, it does become longer. But if that's something you guys would like, please let us know. As John said,
if you want less chatty Amanda, if you want more chatty Amanda,
shut up. They want to hear me. It's you they're not quite sure about. And on that note, we wish everybody a good week. Again, a safe time at this time of year. Keep up that exercising just because it's the holidays. Don't slack off. Make sure we want to see lots of picks of the week each week. Just be safe, everybody. So from me here, bye for now, everybody.
Yep. Keep on earning those blue dots. And for me here in Michigan, thank you as always for tuning in, listening, and watching from all over. And we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.